SEO services for lawyers. How do smart lawyers pivot from short-term SEO tactics to long-term SEO tactics based on their size and based on their marketing budget? This is a really important topic because if you're a smaller law firm, you can run out of money if you invest improperly in your SEO strategy. For example, if you hire an SEO company or an SEO service to just do long-term SEO initiatives and it's thousands of dollars a month, and you don't know that those initiatives that this SEO service is doing for your website is not going to actually churn a ROI for 12 to 24 months, you probably want to know that in advance so that you could either budget for it or you could pivot your SEO strategy to focus on things that'll get you to break even by 3 months, meaning that what you're spending on it, you're getting back in revenue in 3 months, and then profitable in 6 months, which we identify as 2x or more. And then after that 6-month period, you go to 5x, and then you can go to 10x ROI with your SEO. Regardless, I want you to be clear on whether, based on your firm size, whether you are ready for a short-term SEO strategy, a long-term SEO strategy, or both. And if you're in that short-term bucket, which most attorneys are, where they need a relatively short-term ROI, which we identify as 6-month max, then you also need to know when to pivot to those long-term initiatives for your SEO. So let me explain this. I know this sounds a little crazy. Let's say if you're a tier 1 attorney. So a tier 1 attorney is what we identify as the law firm has one attorney and 1 or 2 team members in addition to the attorney. So this is your typical 1 to 3 employee law firm. So this could be a startup law firm. This could be an established law firm that just, is consciously staying boutique and small. If you are in that size, then there's actually, in that size bucket, as we call tier 1, you're going to want to focus on SEO tactics that provide an ROI within 6 months. And the best way we found to do that is through 2 things: technical SEO setup and Google My Business, right? So you want to focus on hiring an SEO service or choosing an SEO service that focuses on Google My Business and technical setup on your website. What do I mean by this? Well, there's 26 ranking factors on Google. So ranking factors are the factors of your website that cause your website to rank on the first page of Google. There's 26 ranking factors that we've identified that directly relate to your website's technical SEO setup, which is a one and done thing. So if you've already owned your website for a while and you've owned your URL for a while and there's some authority behind that URL, you can immediately make technical changes to your website and literally quadruple your rankings in the matter of a few weeks. We've seen it happen time and time again where one of our clients' websites they have all this good content, they have, an established brand online, but their website's not technically set up right. What's an example of this? Load time, right? Let's say you have a beautiful website, but it takes 12 seconds to load. Google's going to read that as a red flag, and no matter how good of content you have on your website, it's still not going to rank on page 1 because Google thinks that if someone clicks on your site and it takes 12 seconds to load, they're going to have a bad experience, right? Which makes sense. Speed is key when it comes to your website. That's just one. There's 25 other ranking factors, which include your internal linking, your on-page schema, and like all these different, your meta titles, meta descriptions, all these things that are super simple to set up. Some law firm websites just don't have set up, and they just keep pounding their head against the wall with their SEO, wondering why they're not getting good results. So if you are a smaller law firm and you need to get an immediate ROI from your SEO, you need to get your technical SEO set up right, which means you need to get your website set up so that Google can properly read the information on your website and read it quickly. Another thing to think of is the fact that you're never going to beat Justia and Avo and all these other websites that show up on page 1 of Google that are like directories that have tons of attorneys on it. These third-party directories have really high domain authorities that are going to be hard for you to beat. And a lot of them go after the bucket phrases. So if you're, for example, a bankruptcy lawyer, they're going to, Justia, FindLaw, Avo, these third-party sites are going to be ranking on page 1 of Google for terms like bankruptcy lawyer near me, bankruptcy lawyer town name, personal injury lawyer town name. They're going to be ranking for personal injury settlement keywords. They're going to be ranking for car accident settlement keywords. The general keywords, right? Where your opportunity to get an ROI within 6 months with your SEO is not in the general keywords. It's in the specific keywords. It's in the keywords that these mass marketing websites don't really have on their website. So for example, going after a specific truck accident keyword or a specific motorcycle accident keyword or a specific type of bankruptcy keyword like Chapter 13 bankruptcy, going after high net worth divorce keywords, you're going to be much more likely, if you include those keywords on your website, to rank on Google Maps above all of those third-party websites. And that actually gives you a shot to get immediate leads when you throw those keywords onto your website. One thing you'll notice on Google Maps right now is when you type in a keyword and the map shows up, on that map, underneath each of those listings, it'll say, this website includes, and then it'll have a list of the keywords that you typed in. So just by throwing the right keywords into your website, you can rank almost immediately on Google My Business for terms that you've never been showing up for, that are high value terms, that are low competition terms, okay? So I want you to think of that. I also want you to think of what SEO service is right for you. Don't just hire an SEO company because they make you feel good and they sound good. If you need a short-term ROI, which again is 6 months or less, you need a return on investment from your SEO in order to continue investing in it. You need to ask the SEO service you're considering whether they're going to be focusing on Google My Business and technical SEO, and if so, how, right? And just vet them out. See what specific changes they're going to make to your website and to your meta tags, descriptions, and your just general technical setup of your website, your load speed, all that good stuff. Are they going to change your hosting provider? What are they going to suggest? And then secondly, what are they going to be doing to your Google My Business profile? What keywords are they going to recommend you create blogs around and content around? All of this is very important. If you just hire a company that's going to do backlinks for you and huge pillar page content, which is content that's like pages and pages and pages long that go after like personal injury lawyer keywords or divorce lawyer near me keywords, you're not going to see an ROI for like 18 months. And you need to be aware of that before you invest in an SEO service that then later pisses you off. Now, the interesting thing here is we've noticed that if you hire an SEO service or you choose an SEO service and they actually are doing good work, but it's all long-term ROI focused, most attorneys will end up firing that company, thinking it's not working now because it didn't provide a 6-month ROI. And then they'll realize 6 months later after they fire that company or 9 months later after they fire that company that, holy crap, what this company did works. We are getting bombarded with phone calls now and we haven't been doing much. Or you hired another company for that 6-month window when the results are picking up from the prior company, and then you associate the success of the new company with actions that were taken by the prior company, so then you misalign success and you think, well, this new company we're working with is really working, but really they're doing short-term tasks, and which is fine, but your long-term task that the prior company did is now paying off, and you may be associating that to your current SEO service. So I want you to be aware of what is your break-even window. How long can you wait to break even with your SEO? If it's 6 months or less, I want you to focus on Google My Business and technical SEO only, okay? If you're able, and that technical SEO would include, micro blog posts that include specific keywords that you want to rank on the Google Maps for, right? In addition to the technical setup of your website. But if you're a tier 2 law firm, a tier 2 firm is what we identify as 2 or more partners in the law firm without a designated marketing person. Tier 3 is what we identify as 2 or more partners and a designated marketing person. So if you're tier 2 or tier 3, you want to focus on short-term initiatives and long-term initiatives, which include longer pieces of content and a heavier backlinking strategy. Backlinks take the longest to see an ROI, by the way, with your SEO. But I want you to be clear on, am I doing a short-term SEO strategy right now? Am I doing a long-term SEO strategy right now? And I want you to understand that when your break-even window surpasses 6 months, when you can spend on SEO without financial concern and be okay with seeing a 12 to 18 month return, I want you to then pivot from short-term SEO actions to long-term SEO actions, which includes heavier backlinking and longer pieces of content that go after general keywords versus specific keywords only. So I hope that was helpful in you strategizing what SEO service is right for you and how to pivot from short-term actions to long-term actions and when. If it was valuable, let me know by simply commenting on the video or subscribing to our channel for more information like this from future videos. And if there's anything you want me to go more in depth into, just leave a comment and I'll potentially make a video on it. But otherwise, be smart with what SEO service or strategy you choose and be conscious as to whether it's a short-term strategy, a long-term strategy, or both, so that you don't feel like you're getting ripped off when you're actually working with a good company. So hope that was helpful. Grow your firm. Let's go.